I'm going to tell you the truth about using music in your YouTube videos, and this includes free music, paid music, and music that you think is safe, but it's probably not. Now, before we get into this, there's some things that I want to clarify. I want to explain the difference between a copyright claim and a copyright strike because I know there's a lot of confusion there. A copyright claim means that someone owns what you're using in your video. It could be a music track, it could be an image, it could be a video, and they are trying to claim the revenue on your video. That means however much money you make in ad revenue, they get to keep it. You lose it. Now, YouTube says that copyright claims do not hurt your channel, but it's just bad practice and bad business to get copyright claims in the first place, so you want to avoid them if at all possible. Now, a copyright strike is as painful as falling into this giant cactus here. You want to avoid a copyright strike. That means that the right holders of the music or the image or the video, they don't want your revenue. They just want to take it down. They want to remove it from your video. And this is where you get in trouble, because if you get 3 strikes, 3 copyright strikes, you lose your channel. It's gone. You can't get it back. And if you think that's no big deal because you'll just make a second channel, joke's on you, because guess what? Once you have one channel terminated, any channel that you create after that, they can terminate that as well. It's in the terms of service. If you lose one channel, you're technically not supposed to create additional channels. So you want to avoid copyright strikes like I want to avoid jumping into this cactus. So now that you know the difference between a copyright claim and a copyright strike, let me help you not get either one of those. And the first thing you need to do is make sure that you get all of your music or images or videos from reputable sources only. And what I mean by that is you only want to get music from sources that do not have a history of hitting people with copyright claims or copyright strikes. So here's something you can do. If you're getting your music from a particular YouTube channel or a particular website, hey, copyright free, whatever, use our music, just put a link to us down in the description. Here's what you do. Go to Google, put their name in, and then write copyright claim or copyright strike, and then look at the results. You're probably going to get a lot of results. This tactic is something that unfortunately a lot of other creators do who are making music. Hey, use my music. It's free to use. It's free to use. Use it, put it on your videos, get tons of views on it. And then they come back and they claim your ad revenue. Now, I don't want to throw shade on any of these YouTube channels or any of the websites offering totally free music, but you need to be careful, and here's why. Because a lot of them accept submissions for musicians. That means that I can create a music track and I can submit it to them, and then they'll let you use it. Sounds good, right? Well, on the surface, it is good. It's a great idea. It helps musicians get their music out there and helps get them known, and a lot of them are legit. However, here's the problem. Let's say that I got a drum kit or a couple of drum loops from somebody who said, hey, use my royalty-free drum loops. So I made a song based on those royalty-free drum loops that someone gave me, but it turns out one of those drum loops is actually from a song from James Brown. Guess who's going to get a copyright claim? Because you're using a track that has a drum loop or a part of a drum loop that comes from James Brown. I mean, you might even get a strike from that. So this is why getting music from a totally reputable source matters, because you don't know the source. You don't know where they're getting their loops. You don't know where they're getting their beats. You don't know where they're getting their bass lines or the guitars, or you don't know where they're getting their background vocals. They could be taking them from other songs, spreading them out on the internet and say, hey, I made these, you can use them, but they got their loops and their tracks from a source. That can cause a problem for you. Now, an outside video would not be an outside video unless there were a bunch of barking dogs in it, and I'm walking up on a handful of barking dogs, and I hope I don't get... It's all right. We're not breaking into that house. So bringing this part full circle and in the shade, avoid those YouTube channels that are allowing you to download music. Avoid those websites, because you don't know where they are getting their music. You don't know where they're getting their loops. You don't know where they're getting their tracks, their vocals, their bass lines. Whoa, hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, that was mildly scary. Scene fades to me in the hospital getting rabies shots. I'm gonna get out of here. So now you're probably asking, okay, great, that sounds cool. I'm gonna stop getting my music from those places, but where do I get my music? And this is the important part. If you want free, totally safe music, get music from the YouTube Audio Library. I'm gonna put a link to this down in the description below. This is music created by YouTube. Now, I'm gonna be honest, it's not the best music, but if you need free music, hassle-free music where you're not gonna get a claim, you need to use the YouTube Audio Library. But there's one very important thing when you use the YouTube Audio Library that you need to know about, and that's that when you're searching for tracks to use or sound effects, you can sort by attribution. Now, attribution means that you give credit to the artist. You can sort by no attribution or by attribution. So if you're using a track that requires attribution, you need to give them proper credit in your description. If you don't do that, if you're using a track that requires attribution and you don't give it, you can get a copyright claim. The YouTube audio library is totally safe so long as you follow the rules. So pay attention to that and sort by no attribution if you don't want to add anything to your description. That's the 100% safest free music resource that I've come across. It's created directly by YouTube. You're not going to top that in terms of safety and not having to worry about claims or strikes as long as you pay attention and sort and give attribution where attribution is due. So let's talk about paid services, because there are a ton of paid services out there. And some of them are good, some of them are great, and I'm also going to put links to a few of them down in the description. These are some of the ones that I use. These are ones that are more reputable. For example, I like to use Epidemic Sound. Epidemic Sound is a monthly fee, and I'm going to explain all this, by the way, underneath each link. So I'm going to link to all the services that I recommend, and then I'm going to write a little bit about them, the pros and cons if there are any, and I'm going to write how much it costs. But Epidemic Sound is a great one. It's a monthly service, and you can use those tracks for as long as you remain a member. And if you cancel your membership, any videos that were published during the time you were a member, those are not going to have any problems. So this is a great feature, and I'll explain more about them down in the description below. Another service that I use is called Lickd. You've seen me make videos about Lickd before, and I'll link to those down in the description as well. Now, Lickd is a service that allows you to download popular songs and use them on your YouTube videos, but it's not a monthly ongoing service like Epidemic Sound or some of the others. You pay per song, and you use that song on your YouTube channel. I'll write more about them down in the description below, as well as link out to some of the videos that I made about Lickd. And of course, there's more than those two, and I'll link out to a couple of those as well down in the description, so make sure you check that out. And that leads me right to the next thing I want to talk about, and that's the rumors that you can use any track from anywhere and simply credit the artist down in the description and you're going to be fine. This is going to land you with a copyright claim or a copyright strike. This is false. You cannot grab any track and just simply give them credit and continue to use the track. It's only a matter of time before they get you. It might be a claim, it might be a strike, you don't know, but are you willing to risk your entire channel? Because let's say you have 3 videos using the same track and they hit you with 3 strikes at the same time. Guess who loses their YouTube channel? It's just not worth it. It's not worth it to take the risk if you're serious about YouTube, especially if you're trying to make money on YouTube or you're trying to build a business or a brand on YouTube. Get your music from a reputable source and don't take any chances when it comes to getting strikes, because you don't know. You could get a claim. Most of them are claims, but sometimes they do give a strike. 3. And having said all of that, you also need to understand that even if you pay for music, there is the possibility that you will get an accidental claim. Because what happens is the YouTube AI, they get loaded up with all of these music tracks and they can identify them as soon as you publish your video. Now, what can happen is you might get an accidental claim when you upload a video on a track that you have a license to. But here's what you do. You have to contact the service. So if that happens with Epidemic Sound or it happens with MusicBed or Artlist or Lickd, you have to contact them immediately and they'll sort that for you. They go to bat for you to make sure that you get the claim removed. That's what paying for music is all about. You get to license the music, and if there's a problem, they sort it out for you. Totally worth it. And of course, you might be asking, well, what do I do if I get a claim? You can dispute the claim inside of YouTube. They give you an option where you can do that, and you also need to contact the source where you got the track in the first place. You need to contact them immediately. Now, here's a little trick for this. Instead of uploading and publishing immediately, upload your video a good 12 to 24 hours before you need to publish the video. Because once you upload the video, the AI is going to see what's in your video before you even publish it. So there's a good chance that if you're going to have a copyright claim, it's not 100% here, but there's a good chance that if you're going to have a claim or a strike, you're going to get it before you publish. While it's sitting there in the staging area, unlisted or private, the AI can still see that. So if you give yourself time, 12 hours, 24 hours, and you get that claim, that gives you time to contact YouTube and dispute it, and you can contact the source, you can contact wherever you license the music to begin with. So give yourself a little buffer there, give yourself some wiggle room, so if you have any claims or strikes, you can deal with them before your video goes public, because if you're monetized and you go public and you get that strike, you get that claim, you're gonna lose monetization right out of the gate. Give yourself some wiggle room and that won't happen. And this leads me to another important point, because a lot of people are getting scammed here, a lot of people are getting hacked. Anytime you receive an email about a claim or a strike and they want you to click something in your email, don't do it. Don't ever click on this stuff in your email, because there's a lot of hackers, there's a lot of scammers who are sending out these bogus emails right now trying to get you to click. Once you click, they can get access to your account. You don't want to do that. So if you do receive an email and it looks legit, log into YouTube directly through a browser. Do not click on anything in the email. Go into the YouTube studio to see if the claim or the strike is legit and deal with it from inside of there. Never, ever deal with it from inside an email, because as soon as you click in there, they can start gathering information. They might even be able to get your password. They might even be able to take total control of your account. If you go to Twitter, if you go to Reddit, if you search on Google, you're going to see endless people are getting hacked. People are losing their channels, and it all starts from installing something or clicking on something that usually comes from an email. So please, for the sake of your channel, don't click on anything that comes in through your email. Now, as I said before, I'm going to link out to some of my favorite services down in the description below, but I want to hear from you. Let me know, who are you using, where you're getting your music from. Have you had any problems? If so, how did you resolve them? I would love to hear from you, so go down and leave a comment and let me know. I read every single question and comment, and I reply to as many of them as possible. And when this video's over, I'm going to go down there and see who's your favorite music service, and I'm going to see what problems you've had and how you've resolved them. Because all the information that we share, the proper information, the correct information that gets shared within the community, this is going to help other people who are coming onto the platform and they're unsure where to get music, and they're unsure of how to deal with specific problems if they have a claim or a strike. So I'd appreciate any input that you do have. Now, if you're wondering if you can use your own music, your own creation in your YouTube videos, Instagram videos, Facebook videos, and all that, yes, you can. However, here's something to be mindful of. If you've created music and you've registered that music somewhere, you have a record deal, you've put it on Spotify or whatever, there is a chance that you could get a claim or even a strike, because they may have registered your music for you. So do a lot of research on this. Make sure that you're doing the right things. You can whitelist your music. There's ways to do that, so research that to make sure you don't get a claim or a strike on your own creation. And if you want to learn even more about how to make content with your phone, how to live stream with your phone, how to edit videos with your phone, or where to get music, go ahead and tap on one of the videos that I'm showing on the screen right now. Both of those can do that. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video.